The mayor to unveil to the council a 5-year capital plan. So this is last Tuesday's Times, that was a headline.
Yep.
So he came down, did he give you any information?
It was a short presentation. He gave us the booklet, the plan itself, and then we're gonna hash into it more in our finance committee, and then it'll be in front of the public again at the our city council meeting.
You look right immediately to see what he's going to do, and
we had an idea of what they were going to do from different department heads. So I think it's a good plan to establish, so we have an idea of what we need to, how much we're spending, and how much we need to, spend in the future and project it out. Clearly, it's a plan, so things change. If something more emergencies come up, obviously things take priority. But I think it's a good way to budget the money going forward.
Going forward. So it never seems to work real well. I mean, I can't remember a mayor submitting a 5-year plan, because the next mayor after 2 years would change it, you know what I mean? Which is his right, he can do that because it's his money now he's spending. So, I mean, they kind of keep it going. So if you had a 5-year plan, maybe when you went into office, you might have a better chance of getting it done. But I mean, Scott hasn't made many mistakes in the past few years, so I think he's going to be mayor for life as long as he wants to stay there. I don't know. The taxes are good, the city's good. I think it runs pretty well, in my opinion, anyway. Yeah. So the plan is a plan. It's conceptual plan. We vote that through, but then I think when the line items come up, we have to vote it again. Yeah. To prove it, because it's a fiscal financial transfer. Right. I don't know how that works. They'll be arguing about the money. It's all only about the money. Follow the money. That's what it all is. All right, now listen. The old people in this city have to get your helmet off and tap yourself on the top of the head. You cannot answer the phone and send people money. It's stupid. Now, we go through this every year, and the chief gets on TV, or he comes up and talks to us about it, so we can remind some of the elderly citizens in the city that you do not answer the phone. If you answer the phone and some guy wants you, a woman, and they talk beautifully, and they want to get into your wallet or get some of your money, call the police station, and then they'll take care of it from then on. And just do not write checks or send money to anybody that you don't know personally, and maybe you shouldn't even give it to them without having a long conversation. Yeah, no, and the police department and Chief Ferrulo, as well as Joanne Collins at the Council of Aging. Yeah. If you stop by the senior center, they're usually well updated on all these issues and on all the scams. It happens a lot, and it happens frequently, which is sad. It is sad, especially with all the new voice technology of the voice because
services.
They can have you send it to some corner store, and then they get the money, they run off, and you can find out where the check went, maybe, but you're not going to find out who did it. It could be somebody in Europe, for God's sake. Oh, yeah. So just be careful. Come on, yell at them, Lauren.
I think the first scam was sent through telegraph back in the day, too. So
yeah, that's right.
It keeps changing.
Keeps changing. Well, anybody that doesn't like to work has got to come up with a better idea of how to steal the money from the old people. Must be easy, though.
They're always one step ahead.
Yeah. All right, License Commission. Fortune teller expected to be back at meeting on Thursday. That would be last Thursday, I think. So I'm not exactly sure what happened, but I think the fortune teller should have told a fortune and what her fortune is going to be in the future. She's moving down the corner of Park Street. But I don't personally, I don't know whether there's business for fortune tellers. I don't know how many people, nobody's bragging about going to a fortune teller, let me see your hand and hold it. Oh, I know, right? I mean, there was a trend back in the day where people would have one come to the house, and then you would have all your friends over, have some wine or whatnot. Yeah, that's right. So it's an interesting thing, but I think if a young girl a woman from Burlington, I think she was from, and if she can go down there and pay rent and make a living, I don't have any problem with it. I don't know how many customers a day you might have, but I suppose the council will be all gone through that already pretty much. So she's got to get a license from the permit, from the licensing commission, board. Yeah. Okay, so that'll take care of her. The village at Shannon Farms. They come up with those nice names. Shannon Farms. Developer Seaver explains details to area neighbors. Now, this is in your bailiwick now? It is. What do you think? It's going to go sooner or later, I suppose. So
off on Lexington Street, Shannon Farm is a big property.
That's a big property.
And also the other development on the left-hand side, the even number streets, the Murray development went through the planning board and was passed, the definitive plan. And now I think they just need some approval from Mass DOT for curb cuts and anything to go with the state road there. And that's going to be 34 single-family homes. Now with Seaver, what was mentioned in the paper, I guess he wrote a letter explaining what he proposed to do on the odd side of the street, on the right-hand side of the street, going up Lexington Street, and he sent it to the abutters. And that's what I think you see in the paper. You saw in the paper last week, Thursday night, I think. Thursday. I am on the traffic commission. I am the chair of the traffic commission. So we see a lot of concerns with the amount of volume of traffic in Woburn. But if 95 and 93 fail, it's going to back up in Woburn.
That's where they
it really is.
It backs up. I mean,
and you can see it.
If you lived there, I mean, if you lived in Medford and you went from Lexington and down here and go down 93 every day, and all of a sudden it's backed up all the way over there. You're going to cut across. You can cut across from right here, cut across here, go down to Woburn Center, and come out by the pond and you'll be in Medford. So that's what happens when the road gets all backed up. All those people say, "I'm going to take a better route home." And then they say, "This is not bad. I might do this." All the time.
I know, and then also things that need to be upgraded. Little things make a huge difference, like timing on lights. Upgrading the lights. So I know we have the traffic commission. One of our residents in Ward 7 proposed it, and I full-heartedly supported it. Miles Collins, and he wanted to fix the timing is off. So Russell Street, they can't take a left coming into Four Corners. There's not enough of a delay for them actually to take that turn.
Oh, right, yeah.
So I've spoken with someone at Mass DOT, and Jay Corey's on top of it, city engineer. And we had someone come out here and take a look at it, at Four Corners for timing, and we're just waiting for some personnel changes over there. They had someone who left Mass DOT, so they're just trying to get someone in there to fill positions so that we can move forward with it.
I don't know that any alderman that I can remember over there was ever satisfied with the way the lights ended up exactly there, you know what I mean? Because, most of the traffic is on two streets. So, to get on Russell Street, you have to make that little difference at the light there, so that light can change very quickly. That's one of the problems.
The timing did get messed up a little bit, so.
But I mean, if you take it off over here and let those guys come out of there and make a left or a right, it takes time. It's 5 seconds off someplace
Correct.
else.
And honestly, the heavy traffic volume is down 3A on Cambridge Road. So obviously they have to defer to that a little bit more.